Thomas Tuchel is out, Mauricio Pochettino is in at PSG, but how will the former Spurs manager line up at his new club? That is what I'm going to be looking at today with this starting 11 for the new PSG boss. First off, we start in between the sticks, as always, before we get to the big names at the end of this video, and it's going to be Keylor Navas. Not only because he's a PSG regular, but also because he's a top goalkeeper. In fact, when you look at what he won with Real Madrid, maybe one of the most underrated goalkeepers of all time. If it was going to be Navas, it could be Sergio Rico, who's a half-decent backup. But when it comes to Pochettino, he does have a very loyal supporter, and that of his former goalkeeper and captain at Tottenham, Hugo Lloris. The French national team captain has said he would follow Pochettino wherever he went next in his career, but at the moment, things are going okay at Spurs for Lloris, and he is club captain, so maybe he's not going to be following Pochettino just yet. Having said that, they are the biggest team in France, and he is the French national captain, so maybe that could be a thing in the future. Into the right back spot in this 4-2-3-1, at the moment it's Alessandro Florenzi, and that looks like it's probably going to be the way it stays. A hallmark of Pochettino's time in England was of having two flying fullbacks, and Florenzi is certainly that. He is a player who was an attacking midfielder and got converted to a right back. This season he's got a couple of goals and a couple of assists, and although the likes of Thilo Kehrer sometimes play at right back, his skill set is far more suited to centre back, and the youngster Colin Dagba is also a very good option, but I'm sure Florenzi will just take that right back spot. On the opposite side, there is another young, brilliant attacking fullback who's actually really come into his own after Juan Bernat's injury, and that is Mitchell Bakker. Having coming in from the Netherlands, he's really proved himself to be a really smart acquisition, and although he isn't the completed article just yet, given a little bit of time under Pochettino, and as well as the Argentine does when it comes to bringing through young talent and really giving them the confidence to go on to the next level of their game, I really think we could sneakily see Bakker become one of the best left backs, certainly in Liga, and who knows, maybe in the rest of Europe as well. We'll move into the defensive partnership now, and it's only ever going to be two players. It's going to be Marquinhos right next to Presnel Kimpembe, because they are the best two centre-backs PSG have. They're probably the best two centre-backs in the division. Certainly PSG have the best defence, and they're a massive part of that. That triangle with them two and with Keylor Navas is just so good that it's really unlikely that things are going to change. I mentioned before there's also the likes of Thilo Kehrer and of course Danilo Pereira as well, who are very good players and are going to be useful to the squad as PSG challenge on multiple fronts heading into the end of the season, but I don't think that you can look any further than Kimpembe and Marquinhos. Into the central midfield now, and this 4-2-3-1 formation is going to see a double pivot, and it's something that Mauricio Pochettino utilised massively at Spurs. He had the likes of Eric Dyer, there was Victor Wanyama, the real muscle man, Moussa Dembele, an unbelievable footballer, all in this central midfield position, but he doesn't quite have the same style of player at PSG. Marco Verratti is an all-action midfielder, can do a bit of everything. Definitely the first name, certainly in the midfield when it comes to the starting lineup. And alongside him, there's Idrissa Gueye. Now, Gueye is a brilliant defensive midfielder. He's excellent at tackling, excellent at winning the ball back, but doesn't really do so much going forward. And Herrera, on the other hand, is a very good player when it comes to dictating the tempo of the game, can link up really nicely moving further forward in the pitch. But neither of them are spectacularly physical alongside Marco Verratti. So that is why, alongside them, and also Leandro Paredes, who really doesn't get into the team too much, I think PSG could make a massive signing. It may not happen now, it may happen in the summer, but for this perfect Pochettino 11, alongside Marco Verratti, at the moment I'm going to go for Herrera, but I think Paul Pogba could be the answer. Now I know what you're thinking. Arms are up in the air. You're already ready to go into the comment section to go absolutely wild. Pogba's such a good fit. We all know about his talent, and certainly his physical ability up there as well. He's an all-round midfielder who could do everything, contribute to the attack mainly. Maybe Verratti could be a little bit more defensive, a little bit more strict in his position. When Pogba joins up with a French team, he's a whole other player together. Manchester United won't want to lose him on a free next summer, so they like to sell him this summer, maybe for a little bit cheaper. Obviously, he's French, joining the biggest team in France. I can really see this one happening in a midfield double pivot of Pogba and Verratti. Then Pogba linking up with some exceptional names who I'm coming on to in just a minute. This one will make sense. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. I'm playing a bit of fantasy football manager here, but I just think it will be such a good deal for PSG and for Pogba as well. So we'll move on to the midfield three, well, the attacking midfield three. And on the right-hand side, Angel Di Maria, one of the most underrated players in Europe in the last few years. Yes, English football fans may look at his ill-fated spell at Manchester United and think, yeah, he couldn't quite cut it at the top level. absolutely wrong. When Neymar's been injured or Mbappe hasn't been there, Di Maria has been the man at PSG. He has been the guy that takes off the creative mantle and just provides the team with so much attacking prowess. What a phenomenal footballer. That was the kind of player we saw at Real Madrid, so you could basically forget about that 1 year at Manchester United. Pochettino will no doubt have massive faith in his compatriot, and I'm sure that on the right-hand side, despite the fact there's one or two other players in the mix, Di Maria will definitely be one of the main guys. On the left-hand side, we'll get this done very quickly, it's Neymar, because it's Neymar. It doesn't matter which manager, it doesn't matter which team, whoever came in, whoever's playing this, that and the other, whoever's in the squad, it's Neymar. He's one of, if not the best players in the world on his day, not overall, but on his day, one of the most talented and best players in the world. He starts in this team. Doesn't matter the tactic formation, you have to play the match winner Neymar. I'm going for him at left wing of this attacking midfield three. Right then, moving into the middle of the park, certainly into one of the key areas in number 10 role in this team. And this is where I think actually the likes of Neymar, Di Maria and the forward who we're going to get onto in a minute as well will actually help someone like Dele Alli. Yes, things aren't going so well for him at Tottenham, but we saw the rise that he had under Mauricio Pochettino. The guy's coming from League One with MK Dons and gone on to take the Premier League by storm, breaking all sorts of records at such a young age and putting up insane numbers in terms of goal scoring and assists. Since Pochettino left, things haven't been going so well. We had a brief spell that's gone well under Mourinho, but we obviously know that he's looking to leave the club at the moment, especially if he wants to get back into England's summer Euro plans. So who would he be fighting for a place with? There's Rafinha, who's come in at the beginning of the season, done an okay job, got an injury. Is a decent player, I'll give him that. He's actually done quite well in some stages at PSG. Alongside this is Julian Draxler, who for some reason under certain managers can't get a game for love nor money and has been told multiple times by Germany coach Jogi Löw to leave the club if he needs to get first team football and wants to be in the German squad. And on top of this, Pablo Sarabia, who's actually been a very good signing in terms of his ability, but maybe doesn't get a consistent run in the team. So on top of all this, I think if Ali goes through the effort to move to PSG, PSG go through the effort to sign him, Pochettino goes through the effort to convince PSG to bring in Dele Alli, there's no way he's going to come in and not play. So I'm going to stick him in this team right in between Di Maria and Neymar. What a turnaround that is for Dele Alli's career. But all of this will see him given so much space because the defence is going to be so stretched. Why will the defence be stretched? Because of the blistering, frightening, lightning, worrying pace of Kylian Mbappe. I know PSG look like they're going to bring in Moise Kean on a permanent deal from Everton because he's had a very good loan spell since joining from Goodison Park. But Moise Kean, Kylian Mbappe, no disrespect to the Italian, but it's Mbappe all the way. On top of this, there's also Mauro Icardi, let's not forget about him. A good fox in the box, a brilliant striker who can sniff out some goals. And no doubt Mauricio Pochettino will be able to use all three of them. Like I mentioned before, the depth in squad will be so necessary when they're moving towards the end of the campaign. But yeah, much like with Neymar, Kylian Mbappe is one of the best in the world. You're not going to play him. So there you have my potential Pochettino 11. For PSG, but what do you guys think? Who should they be signing? Who would you kick out of this team? Let me know in the comment section down below. Check out everything else we've got going on OneFootball, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.